This is a Zonophone Royal Grand. They were made by the Universal Talking Machine Company, which was founded in 1898. The story about how they were founded and what part they played in the early phonograph business, I've kind of gone over a few times in my other Zonophone videos. So check those out, because this is really a remarkable company and played a huge part in what was going on and the founding of what became the Victor Talking Machine Company. So this company was kind of a disruptor at that point in 1898, and they were building early machines like Berliner was building, the front mount machine where the horn came across the front of and outside extended beyond the machine. This is one of their later ones when Victor had introduced a back bracket on their machine, and everybody in the industry followed suit. This company eventually, due to patent litigation and legal problems that they had with the Victor Talking Machine Company, eventually were bought out in about 1903 by Victor. And so Victor kept producing, the Victor Talking Machine Company kept producing Zonophones. They treated it at that time like their low-priced budget line in some ways, where the original Zonophones that were made, the earlier ones, are really well made, much better than what Berliner was making, and much better in many respects what Victor introduced when it first got started in 1900. But this, as I say, is a later one. This one, the Royal Grand, probably around 1906 to 1911, and then around 1911, Victor decided to cease production of Zonophones, and this company, or this line of machines, went under and was put out of business. So I'm going to bring you in to take a look at this machine. It's different than most of the Zonophones because, as I said, most of them were earlier and they had the front mount, but they did extend into the back mount era of these machines. But this one's also, it's quite nice. It's made out of mahogany, which was really sort of an upscale wood at that time, where most machines were oak. And it has a beautiful horn. I mean, this one's lost a little paint, but it's a wood-grained mahogany style of metal horn. So let's come in and take a look at it. You can see the case is pretty high quality, and the quality of the finish is amazing. Zonophones tended to have really good finishes, especially the earlier ones. This one's a later one, and yet the finish is still really good. Let's take a look at that decal. The woodwork on this is quite good. The metal horn, as I say, it has a little bit of wear, but the graining, I mean, they really knew how to do stuff like this back then. I mean, that looks pretty nice. This would have been a really beautiful machine to have in your home. You may notice on this machine there's no ID plate, so there's no serial number evident. They may have one somewhere, but we weren't able to find it. There's the reproducer. Universal Talking Machine Manufacturing Company. Very much like Columbia or Victor at that time. And the back bracket. One nice feature of this machine is you can access the motor by lifting the top plate. And of course, no surprise, it looks like a Victor motor. Okay, so we're going to play a Zonophone record. Here's one of the later labels. And here's one of the slightly early labels. We'll give this a try.